Hello and welcome to episode 573 of the Awesome Comics Podcast, the place where the small press makes one hell of a big noise. My name is Vince Hunt, and joining me as always is the very naughty artist and creator of Vanguard, Mr. Daniel Butcher.
Hello.
And Tony Esmond, are you staying in the Robin's Nest? Which, of course, is the mansion that's by Robin Masters. I think is a novelist or something. You're staying there, aren't you?
I thought Robin's Nest was the one with the one-armed dishwasher and
no
the sitcom.
No. Because you're currently staying in a mansion in Hawaii, aren't you? And you're driving. You're driving Robin's Ferrari around.
I forgot what shirt I had on for a second there.
Wait a minute. Nuns don't work on a Sunday.
I have just come back from holiday. Should we talk about my holiday?
Yeah, go on.
Yes, let's go.
Okay. Yeah, I've just come back from Spain. So I think I texted you, didn't I? I managed to find a comic shop.
Yeah.
In Malaga Old Town, man. Jesus. I hate to go to Benidorm if that's worse. But so I went and saw Pat up in the mountains. We had a nice few dinners. Pat and Lisa Mills talked about a lot of stuff upcoming. Really interesting. A lot of events. Really interesting. Negotiations about them attending a particular one or couple, which sound really interesting. Talked through loads of comics and what he's doing, and ate and drank a lot of wine. And just big thank you to them for looking after me. Yeah, they always do. They're so kind.
Yeah, as always. What was the comic store like though? Because I know you picked up a few. You showed me on camera earlier.
I don't think you were about, Dan, were you? I think
you might have to take just a photo of the ones you showed me, and we'll put them on the Substack.
I'll put a couple on the Substack. But yeah, so as I do in every city I'm in. So basically, I stayed with Pat up in the mountains. There's no comic shop there, and then I had to, because I was flying early this morning being a Sunday, and so I had to get nearer the airport. So because customs is a nightmare, getting through passport control again, because it's Brexit's fucked us again, isn't it? So you have to go through two sets of security now. So I thought I need to get, and they said, "Oh, you need to be there 3 hours early." I thought, "Oh, fucking, I know where I can do the 2-hour drive from Pat's place to Malaga Airport." So I stayed in Malaga, and I thought I'll go for a wander, get a bite to eat, and Googled nearest comic shop, and there was about 8.
Bloody hell.
So I thought, right, I wandered out looking for them, and I go, "Oh, there's another one. That's not on the map." And it was a bookshop with just loads of comics in it, but that was closed because they have that siesta, don't they, in the day? And then I walked a few steps on, literally 20 steps on, there was a second-hand bookshop that had like a big display of comics in the window. And I went in there and they had the classic albums, like you do in France, on the desk in boxes. So I'm going through them. And then I think under the table, under the counter, were just like loads of stuff like this, which is called
Nice.
Danny Futura, Kimok, which is a sort of heavy metal magazine-y type thing. They had Kung Fu, Las Adventuras de la Invincibles. How cool is that cover? That's like the best thing ever.
Awesome. We're going to put these on the Substack.
And it's got the classic old school Mad magazine style joke.
I love that.
Smashing a brick and he falls apart instead. Yeah. They had some Bonelli as well. I didn't realise Bonelli, who do Nathan Never and all those sort of books, did Spanish translations. So I got a Nathan Never as well. I quite like that character, so I got them. But all of that, I mean, bear in mind this is from like early 70s. One of these is from like early 80s. €20 for all of them.
Oh, that's all right, man.
That's amazing.
Imagine getting that in a comic shop. Yeah, imagine that.
You wouldn't.
Yeah. So I managed to do that and get a bite to eat and get my head down. And there was some kind of riot going on outside the hotel. Don't stay in fucking Malaga, I'll tell you now. But there was some kind of fucking riot going on outside. So I didn't get to sleep. And then I got on a classic EasyJet with no air conditioning all the way home this morning.
I can't believe that.
It's
outrageous.
Yeah. And that's why I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
There you go. Long story.
Yeah. And once again, the UK has seasons that are just weird. So for the next couple of weeks, listeners, especially if you're current, or a Sultana, it's so warm it's really messed up my jokes. I don't know what, I think it's pickled my brain. But, we may be a little bit hot and bothered. Maybe we might get a little bit spicy. Who knows? But we're here to have fun. We've got loads of cool recommendations for you later. And if wherever you are in the world, if you're current and you're going through a heat wave or whatever, we hope you're bloody all right and you're staying hydrated, because it really does fucking take it out of you, especially if you're not used to it, like me. because I'm a weak human being. Unlike the ancient folklore,
they were hard fuckers, weren't they?
and the gods and the warriors of ancient Greece. Talk about the original hard bastards. Bastards being the optimal term, as you'll find out in this chat this week, which is about gods and classics. Well, the original
bit of religion.
Yeah, a little bit of religion, a little bit of. I tell you what, never mind all this waffling. Listen for yourself.
Right. Pull the beeswax out of your ears and listen to the siren song of the Awesome Comics podcast as we set sail for ancient Greece, joined by writer Laurence, Alison, and publisher Neil Roche to talk about Odysseus in Defiance of the Gods.
Welcome.
How you doing, guys?
You okay?
Good evening. You okay?
How's it going?
Good, man. Good. So you're up in Stockport, Neil. Where are you, Laurence?
North Wales. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not so far from Neil. Yeah.
Ah, good.
Oh,
Good
nice,
news.
nice. Does that sort of distance sort of help? I mean, in this day and age, collaboration can be anywhere in the world, can't it? Really?
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, as you guys have proven, in all honesty.
Yeah. But is it sort of handy, like having a collaborator that's not too far away? Should you need it?
Because Neil, you were saying you try to avoid Laurence if he tries to meet you. Is that right? Or
Yeah. Always. Always. Yeah. No, we've met up once or twice. It's the M56 is a bit of a pain in the arse. 6 o'clock at night, you see. So
you did sound like a classic
the last
Northerner.
time I saw Neil, it probably took me about 2 hours to get to him. It should have been 50 minutes. So, but I mean, we were supposed to be meeting at M.A.S.K as well. So there are occasions.
Ah, right.
It can be handy if you're lugging stuff about, but we tend not to see each other too much. And as you said, some of our collaborators are very, very far away. So, like you said, in the comics world now, everything being digital and not necessarily original, it does make life easier. Although that said, just on that, I'd had 170 pages of original art come from Vietnam, and very helpfully, the DPD driver put it in our bin. And Neil actually texted me to say, has it landed safely? And I said, no, I haven't got it. And he said, well, it's supposedly there because Vu's family very kindly sent it. And obviously it registered on Neil's radar. And I checked the bin, and unbelievably, 170 odd pages of Vu's beautiful artwork had actually been put in the bin by the DPD driver.
Unreal.
Christ.
If ever I'm in the area of North Wales, I must check your bin regularly.
Yeah.
Laurence.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the 80s, that's what they were doing to the weekly comics art anyway, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
That DPD ain't
kind of horrifying.
doing their reputation any further justice, are they?
Yeah.
I never hear anything,
Unless they
anything
took a
good about
picture of the bin, we delivered
Yeah.
it. See,
Well, they did. This is where we put it, in the bin. So,
them. Wasn't even in the recycling. Absolute monsters.
yeah. Let's cancel them. I think before we roll into the monster thing, how about some introductions so the listeners know who we're talking to? Neil, should we start with you? Sort of background in comics and what you're doing now?
Neil Roche, people know me as Boona, really. Just a childhood nickname which I've taken as my pseudonym, really, in most of my comic work. Done various small press publications, done previous self-publishing with Killing Moon and Killing Moon Riders,
Right.
with Chris Denton and Darren Stevens, and that was lettered by Dave Evans, the great Balto.
Oh, I love Dave. Yeah. We did a bit of work with
so-
Dave. He's a lovely guy. Yeah.
Unfortunately, after Dave passed, I had to learn how to letter, which
Yeah.
I've found a bit of a forte. So I basically, with working with Laurence, I do the design and the lettering of the books. My background's in marketing, so I do all the Facebooking and socials
Oh, nice one.
and all that. And also, because my background's in marketing, my company does a lot of fulfillment for clients. So sending stuff out's just,
No problem.
so, one thing that me and Laurence do promise is a quick turnaround on fulfillments. Stuff's sent to print before the money's dropped from Kickstarter
Oh, that's awesome.
to get them
Yeah, I
out
like guys like that.
as soon as possible. I think I think the quickest been 2 weeks since the campaign finished.
That's great.
They're
Yeah.
going out of the door. So, yeah, none of this waiting round for 18 months, 2 years.
I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to do it. I can
Yeah.
understand their campaigns. They don't have the money to pay the artist beforehand, but yeah, certainly in future there's something I'm going to do.
It's a safer option, isn't it? Backing ones that are pretty much done already, I think.
Yeah.
What about you, Laurence? What's your background or influences or what you enjoyed reading, that sort of thing?
Yeah, so Laurence Alison, by day, I'm a professor of forensic and investigative psychology. So I spent 30 years looking at various different awful crimes and that kind of stuff. Forensic psychologist, not forensic scientist, I should say. And then during the pandemic years, I kind of got back into drawing quite a bit because a lot of my work involved traveling and I just didn't have the time. And then I had, maybe 20, 30% more time because I wasn't having to travel all over the world. Got back into drawing and then realized I wasn't terribly good at it. And then I got into the sort of writing angle, which I've thoroughly enjoyed. And then I've just been, for the 20 years that I didn't do anything artistic and I was doing scientific stuff, it just started to pour out of me, to be honest.
Okay.
I obviously had a lot to tell. And I started working with Dave Hitchcock, who you'll know.
Yeah.
And we did the Labours of Hercules. He will actually tell you that he was about to give up drawing altogether. And out of the blue, I kind of got in touch with him because we briefly worked on another comic, or rather my wife did, called The Six Minute Murder, which was a short piece that he did. So I got hold of Dave and said, would he want to draw the Labours of Hercules? And then we were off. And once we started that, there was no stopping us. There was Warfighter I did after that. What else did I do? Soulbreaker with Paul McCaffrey and Warwick Fraser Coombe. All the Greek stuff.
Big shout to Warwick, who's in the prog this week with the Slayer Legends.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I mean, the other thing, Warwick's just produced 28 pages of a forthcoming strip called Hartwood, and it's his best work, and he will tell you it's his best work, and that is, and if we want to talk about that later, but 3-issue piece on that, which Neil's been heavily involved in as well, and that is just fantastic.
Yeah, we're fans of the dude. We've known him since we started the pod, really.
Yeah,
remember we interviewed him at Thought Bubble that time, I think. Yeah, lovely guy.
He's a phenomenal artist, and he, super professional. He's going to deliver. He's going to deliver on time. Dead easy to work with. Really nice guy and stunning artwork and totally unique. When you look at Warwick, you could look at a corner of a panel and you'd know it was Warwick, and that for me makes for a good artist. And then, of course, the other stuff that we've been doing is Circe with Simon Harrison. So one of the things that has been most fascinating is bringing Simon out of a 15-year hiatus, not doing anything, and then suddenly out of the blue, I quite fancy doing 80 pages of sequential art. So that was somewhat unexpected. That's the thumbnail of me.
Nice.
So why'd you get started like on Odysseus? What was the thing that drew you to that tale?
I mean, I've always been into Greek mythology. Hercules is the easy one to start with because the structure's so simple. You've got 12 labours, you've got a birth, you've got a death, dead easy to write. So as a writer, not knowing what the hell I was doing, having that scaffolding there was easy. I've always loved the Odyssey, but my God, it's a difficult fucking story to tell. So I was a bit intimidated writing that. But then when I got hold of Vu, I just saw Vu's work on Facebook and thought he was an incredible talent. And sadly, as you probably know, he's passed away last year.
Yeah, suddenly,
Under age of 42. But my God, what a remarkable artist. Doesn't pencil anything. No.
Was it straight to inks?
Yeah, Neil was saying it's straight to inks.
Okay.
Yeah, that's incredible.
At the end of a nib onto the page. There's no thumbnails, nothing. So he will start panel 1, draw it all in ink, and then he'll do panel 2, even with something as complex as a 9-panel grid. So his ability to visualize and just let the ink pour out the pen, I think, was completely unique. So got hold of Vu, and I basically said to Vu, I've got a couple of things in mind that I'm thinking of drawing. One of the 3 things I offered, which I kind of hoped secretly he wouldn't pick, was the Odyssey. And he said, fuck it, yeah, let's do the Odyssey. So I then had to write it. It was very intimidating, but my God, what a beautiful piece of work he's produced, especially
Totally.
4th and final issue. I mean, it's really remarkable. So, yeah.
It's a tough one, right? When the main hero kind of takes a 10-year break in the story and then sort of only get back into it.
I mean, and also, in in the Odyssey, it's told in retrospect, isn't it? Because he's telling the story once he's landed in Ithaca. So, I mean, the interesting bit is you don't know how much of it has been massaged by.
Porcupines.
Yeah, but also, I mean, I just always considered him a complete bastard. I mean, a really nasty fucker, psychopathic. I mean, in the first issue, he kills a child.
Yeah.
In the second issue, he's killed Palamedes.
Oh, first issue, first 3 pages.
Yeah, he kills a kid to do his mate a favour, though, doesn't he? So he's doing his mate a favour.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I suppose
It swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Really, if you think about it.
Yeah, what a lovely bloke.
take it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so but weirdly, by the end of it, as I was writing it, I did actually find it quite hard to kill him off. And I there is obviously in the Telogony, which is the follow-up to the Odyssey, he does well. Maybe I shouldn't give the spoilers away for people that haven't read Odyssey, but Odysseus does die, and I felt I couldn't kill him for Vu actually, and so we will kill him with Simon. Simon's much less. He's much more able to tolerate me killing him off in the final Odyssey. So that's what we're working on at the moment. In fact, I'm seeing Simon tomorrow, so he's got the first 20 pages of an 85 or 86 page follow-up to Odysseus in Defiance of the Gods, where we will kill him off.
I mean, obviously, the Odyssey is the classic tale, isn't it? Like Homer's Odyssey. There's so many writings about it, so many dissertations. So the text itself, how many stories have evolved from that. And at the moment, especially this year, as we speak about it, or the past few years, it seems like there's been a real boom in the Odyssey. What with obviously everyone knows
the Nolan film.
The Nolan films coming out. A couple of years ago, there was that one with Ralph Fiennes, I believe.
Yes.
The Return.
Yeah, The Return. So it's in the zeitgeist, isn't it? It's in it's not one of those.
Kind of always is.
Yeah, it kind of always is, and yet I think the larger audience kind of forget about it, don't they? Because like the sex, we want to look at like Troy and Achilles. You think about all this and you forget about the big one, the OG, that it all comes from. Do you find yourself with this work, like, how do you feel about that wave of knowledge about the Odyssey and a renewed interest? I think there's probably a lot more people who are going to read it, listen to it, check it out for the first time. Does that work out well for you?
I mean, I hope so. I mean, it's complete serendipity because
I was going to ask.
I wrote it sort of 24 months ago. I mean, Neil will tell you the amusing strapline in the film is "Defy the Gods." Well, our strapline is "In Defiance of the Gods," so I'm certain Nolan's nicked it off us. So I jest, of course, but yeah, I mean, I hope it'll help the campaign. But it was complete luck, really, just bizarre that it sort of happened, and we release in July. Why it's come back with such a force, don't know, hard to say. I mean, we're in such combative times, such uncertain, chaotic times, and there's always been conflict around the world, but at the moment it's so prominent, it's so in the zeitgeist. So maybe people are thinking about it, and I mean, Christ, the Strait of Hormuz thing is a classic Odyssean decision-making dilemma where there's no right answer. So, I mean, of course, we can get sidetracked by politics, but that is highly Odyssean. No right answer, So, I mean, but what I found fascinating about Odysseus is he's super smart, super intelligent, brilliant strategist. Even the gods fear a mortal in Odysseus. But Christ, he's so unself-aware. He's, his inability to understand himself is just bizarre. And how I wrote Calypso was that I basically saw her as his psychotherapist. So she's keeping him there she has to spend 7 years digging out of him why the fuck he's done what he's done and why he's let all his comrades die and why he's killed children and why he left Circe and why he's such a prick. But that's a sort of deep therapeutic period. So, I mean, that was my interpretation of the Calypso bit, because in a way that bit's could be quite dull. He just spends 7 years on an island with this woman. But actually, from a psychotherapeutic point of view, that is the period at which I think Odysseus is only freed at the point where he goes, God, I've been a bit of a fucking arsehole, actually. I really have let some people down here. I get why I've done it. I maybe need to forgive myself for it, but I'm not a good person. And that, I thought, was an interesting sort of insight.
Did you examine how myths have been told in comics before setting foot on this? Because comics has got such a rhythm to it as well, and makes use of myths and legends and gods, all the time, constantly every week. Did you examine that at all?
I didn't. I didn't examine it. I mean, I've always been a big fan of Slane. I love what Pat Mills did with the Celtic myths.
Yeah.
And I love mythology generally, but that's probably a question for Neil, really. To be quite honest, there's not much I've read recently, so that might be a one to shoot at Neil.
Okay, Neil.
Hello. I was just listening to you all chatting away. World of my own, man.
We're just talking about, myths in comics is an established thing already. Whether you want to refer to the superheroes as the new sort of heroes of myth. How did you examine?
That's what Nolan was saying.
Right.
Was it Nolan who was saying? Was it Nolan who said something to do with the Marvel films?
Right.
They're the new sort of myths.
Yeah, that they are the new myths. Yeah. So I mean, my experience is really just going back to Kirby's Thor.
Yeah.
Bishima's Thor's. Initially, it's sort of like with the gods. That was my real number one go-to. And I don't know, myths, would Conan be considered?
Well, I suppose it's a
myth?
sort of fake myth, isn't it? Or
Yeah,
a newer myth, as a lot of things are,
Yeah.
I guess.
Uh-huh.
It's just it's
Conan
kind of like
exists because of those other myths that it's born from.
yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
There's a Hercules element there, isn't there? A lot of the time, but it's sort of I guess it's just a myth is almost, or a legend is almost a shortcut for the reader to realise what we're talking about in a panel. I guess and it all stems back for me to those sort of Greek myths, because as a person of my sort of extended age, there's almost a primal knowledge of it in a way, because I watched all the films and my dad read the books to me and we talked about it at school and all this sort of thing, and the poems and the Norse mythology was explained to us, and it's almost a shortcut to explain heroes and villains and problems and battles. And
for me as well, like the word myth, and this is just because of the way I was brought up, because when you learn about myths at school and stuff, the Greek gods and whatever pantheon it may be, the word myth itself for me always feels historical. I can't correlate it to something modern. Myths and less folklore but more mythology feels like something from ancient times.
I feel
that maybe, and I think because of that, there's a part of my brain that's like, well, maybe it did exist, but it's so old, no one, will never know. There's no factual, I mean,
essentially, for me, they're the original superheroes. You got to look at someone at Achilles and stuff like that. It's like Green Lantern's, a victim of the color yellow or whatever it is. It's like Achilles' heel, etc. It's just they're just like the same almost somehow. Yeah. And then Stan's quite open about nicking ideas from mythology. I mean, it happens throughout Marvel history at least, and DC.
It's the original public domain, isn't it? All those old.
Of course, yeah.
I say this as a man who's done a Hercules comic. That's why someone came up to me at a comic convention and said, "Oh, I didn't realise Hercules was, you could make. Did you get the license?" I said, "He's a fucking myth." You know.
License and who?
Who am I right to? Paramount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, though, like, how do you craft your version of this sort of, this mythical character? Because everyone will have their own interpretation of it, isn't it? How did you come to the, the definite, like you say that, like, he's an asshole.
Take.
Yeah, your take on it. Because some people would necessarily make, this guy's a hero. He was lost and now he's, if you're making that adventuring comic. How did you get to your version?
Unless Ray Harryhausen's included. It's a bit like that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was as a kid, I loved all the Harryhausen stuff, and there are those influences in it. Although I'm working with Stuart Kenneth more on the Argonauts at the moment, so that can lean very heavily. Although I would describe it as Harryhausen probably on acid via H.R. Giger, but that's another story.
Jesus Christ!
But it is definitely the weirdest thing I've written. It's very strange. But yeah, with the Odyssey, it is a very complex story. I mean, but all the Greek stuff. I mean, as you know, a lot of it was oral storytelling anyway. So it was designed to transmute and transmogrify and change with time. And often what they were doing was telling stories that had a deliberate degree of ambiguity in it, so that when the older warriors told these stories to what we'll call the Epheboi, which were the younger warriors coming up, they would tell a story of Hercules, and they would ask the young warriors, well, what do you make of it? Why did he kill the Nemean lion? Why did he skin the Nemean lion? Why does he wear it as a headdress? And different soldiers would have different interpretations of that, all of which would be welcomed and none of which would be judged. But that would tell the old warriors about the younger warriors. Well, this guy sees Hercules as a vicious bastard. This guy sees him as a virtuous hero. That starts to tell you about the team of people that you're going to be working with. So there's that element which I think is already, I hate this term, baked into the mythology. I think deliberately by people like Homer to interpret various different interpretations. And so that's part of it. And then I think whenever you're writing something, unwittingly, part of you enters it, whether you want it to or not. So I don't know what it tells us about Odysseus that I, A, came to like him, B, consider him a bastard, and C, thought that he needed 7 years of therapy. Probably about me. The weird thing is, you're not thinking this deliberately when you write it. But then when you read it, and you read it after a period of time where you've forgotten that you've written it, but there's enough distance, but it's not precious to you anymore because it's become something else. It's fucking weird reading it back because you then realise that a lot of viewers entered it in various different ways. As I'm sure artists that you've had on the show will tell the same thing. Quite often people say, hey, how did you develop your style? And most artists will tell you, I've got no fucking idea. It just comes out of me, and that's what it looks like. You have a critical eye in terms of shaping it, and as you're writing, you're like, well, that isn't going to fucking work, or we need to put this in, or we need to change that. But in doing that, and in your interpretation of how you see these characters, stuff comes out of your life that is like a sort of diary of where you're at the time that you wrote it, I think, in part. So that's there's a school of thought called writing exposure therapy where, I mean, they're using it quite a bit in Ukraine now with some of the vets where people will diarise what they're doing. And actually, they're big into comics, which is interesting as well. To be able to deal with, process, think about, ruminate on, cogitate about, and chew over what it is that you've been through. So, like I say, I think if you're consciously trying to put it in, it doesn't work. But it's telling you something about yourself, I think.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, and all boiled down into the fact you're adapting a story as well. That's
the other thing. You have to be very. I mean, to get even the odd. I mean, I listened to about 10 or 12 different versions of the Odyssey, which is between 9 and 12 hours to listen to. So I listened to a lot of versions of it to remind myself of what exactly it was about. But you do have a challenge to, fit it into as few pages as possible, and that's exceptionally difficult. Having a structure. I mean, this is probably a bit overly mechanical. I try and make every 6th page like a punch him in the face page.
Okay.
People forget to add the action sometimes, mate.
Yeah.
When you've got something that's an adaptation of something that can be quite talky, you got to add it.
Yeah, and I haven't read it yet.
What?
I know. It's shocking, isn't it?
Vince. Yeah.
Be gone.
I read the comic though; it's pretty good. But like I've heard that because it's like an ancient text, and there's obviously the sort of not language barriers, but it's also something that is it true that like sometimes when they mention someone's name, they then go in, this person had a history that came from this. So it's not we know the story is streamlined.
Yeah.
But the original text isn't as streamlined as it sounds because we kind of know the adventure, for want of a better term. Was it hard to pass the original text and sort of take that adventure out of it?
Yeah, in brief, it is, and the way, like I say, the strange thing is that the 4th issue it has the least monsters in it. It sort of has the least action in it, and I was thinking, shit, I can't leave the readers with this kind of bit where, he returns to Ithaca and he kills a bunch of people and lives happily ever after. You have to have some payoff.
Yeah,
I think partly because Vu's art is so strong in it, it really elevates. But also, I ended up being quite pleased with how it ended because it did build. So, but it was very difficult. I mean, Hercules was dead easy. 12 acts. How was he born? How did he die? Super simple, dead easy. The Argonauts is not as tricky either, although I've made it more difficult for myself because of time warps in it. But
would you say they're more straight up adventure tales?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. Hercules is pretty straightforward.
Boy's own, yeah.
The bit where he's cross-dressing and parading in front of Omphale with jewelry on, which is not often told in the stories. You know, who's done a Hercules film where we reveal that he had moments of transvestitism?
I've done a Hercules comic where he bones a robot horse.
Yeah, well, that's one of the that's one of the books that they don't talk about so much in Modern Society.
They don't really talk about that in Legends, and also one of his friends has got dildos with knives in them. That's another favourite bit.
What version of this was this then?
Oh, maybe you haven't read it, Laurence. I'll speak to you about it later. The one I made up.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah,
I'll send you a copy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think people can't be too precious about it. It's good to make.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of Clayton and Nolan's film, but to what I've seen of it, I'm not getting super excited about it. But time will tell. But the idea that we shouldn't have American accents is fucking ridiculous, or the armor should look like this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Excalibur's still a great film, but it's a bit weird. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's funny enough, talking about Excalibur, that's the other thing that I'm going to be working on soon, which is a version of Merlin, which I've described as a cross between John Borman's Excalibur and Threads.
Oh, right. Okay.
That'd be an interesting mix. Yeah.
Both affected me as a young man in different ways.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah. Fucking hell. So
that's the interesting. Sorry to jump in there. So this is what I find interesting is the move between. So myths and legends appear constantly in comics, don't we? We see the devil appear in all different fashions. We see Zeus and Odin and Khonshu and all these sort of things appear. But where does the line move to religion? Some of these things you're talking about were almost religions of people at some point. When will the Jesus the superhero comic come out from you, Neil? Is that if you need anyone to write it? I'm available.
Done, hasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much most weeks. Yeah.
Well, didn't Mark Miller do a Jesus book?
Oh, the
American
Second Coming was another one, wasn't it? Yeah. From Ahoy.
Yeah. Was it American Jesus? That's the one you're talking about.
American Jesus. Yeah, but that was Mark Miller's one. Yeah.
Well, I mean, without sounding too blasphemous, and of course, like Pat Mills, I was a good De La Salle boy.
Me too, man. Me too.
So,
where were you? What one were you at?
I was at St. Peter's.
Oh, I was at St. Joseph's, Pat's one.
Oh, so the same one that Pat was at.
Yeah, I've just come back from holiday with Pat, so we talked about it quite a lot. Yeah.
Well,
okay.
he's got some stories to share, as do I, may imagine. But yeah, I mean, I think it's equally as plausible to have, in fact, probably more plausible, the Greek mythology to have gods and demigods and a sort of a multitude of gods as it is to have a sort of one unique god through this kind of Christian religion. I think
like Preacher, I guess. Preacher does it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
So, I mean, religion. Yeah. I mean, God. Again, I mean, what I did with Soulbreaker and Warfighter, I'm sure a lot of my De La Salle energy is coming out in that. That we had a character called Saint Cyriac that was a robot exorcist that was deeply religious but a psychopathic sadist. So
great character,
Brother Laurence.
Yeah, he was fun. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. Are there any other religious comics? I guess there must be.
Well, I guess there's one area of religion they probably don't try to do, isn't there?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like usually we're like the Greek. There's a lot of these ancient gods. When you hear about the stories, they and certainly in the adaptations of them, they play on the fact that the gods just playing games with people, like pawns. They're like just doing this and moving this, rather than more
the Old Testament for you, Vince. Well, really.
Yeah. Rather than the more modern, the gods don't do anything wrong. They're here to help us. They're wonderful. Whereas the old days were like, no, they're just fucking with us. They're just bastards fucking with us. And they probably look like Liam Neeson.
Someone always lips off against the gods. They're like, this never works out well, but you're going to do it anyway.
Or challenges them or something. Yeah. Yeah, wants to
right,
play
okay,
chess
good.
with death. It's the equivalent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Now, have you ever thought about stepping in that, Neil? Have you ever thought about producing some kind of sort of really blasphemous religious comic? Would you be open to it?
No,
Let's put it
because
that
I don't
way.
want my house burning down.
Totally understandable.
Yeah, it's like that in Stockport. Yeah, cool. What about you, Laurence? Have you considered it?
Hello.
God, probably not. I think it'd be too triggering and PTSD.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Neil's wife is
I
just
went on
Neil's
holiday.
partner.
He stayed at home.
That's all right. Chill out.
See you later.
See you later.
See you later.
See you later.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know. It's now you've implanted the idea. My mind's starting to race.
No, Laurence.
No,
There's
awful dark things I could.
There's the publisher talking there. No, please, no.
You've always got to pull a Wolverine and crucify someone.
Yeah.
You've got to do
Neil
it.
does have
Yeah.
to control me a bit. To be fair, it would be very chaotic without Neil's
Yeah.
steady hand. to be
Let's
fair.
have H.R. Geiger meet Songs of Praise. You know,
But there was an advert in one of the books for Medusa. Is that one that's coming up, or?
Yeah, well, we had I mean, of course, Vu's tragic death meant that he didn't get to the end of it, and
Right.
bizarrely, actually, I've only seen some of the character sketches for Medusa herself, because I think what he was intending to do was, I can't remember how long the first issue was, 32 odd pages, and then the second issue was maybe 40. Anyway, he started to then work digitally, and he was doing the multi-panel pages digitally, and he was going to go back and do all the fun splash pages originally, original pieces of the art, of which he only did 2. And then the other very tricky element of it was, although Neil and I saw the digital pages because he was sending them, wasn't he, Neil, on a phone?
Yeah. We didn't get the high-res versions.
We couldn't get the high-res versions. So Stuart Kenneth Moore very kindly has taken the low-res and he started to ink over Vu's pages. So we'll get there. And then very kindly Simon has offered to do issue 2. So and then I got another guy, I don't know if you know, Francesco Iaquinta, he's an Italian artist, to finish the last 4 pages. So they'll have mainly Vu in the first issue with a bit of Vu's artwork inked by Stuart, a bit of Francesco's work, and then issue 2 will be picked up by Simon. But Simon, being Simon's drawn just an absolutely nuts version of Medusa. So
There's room for that in there, definitely. Yeah.
Now, just to focus on Vu, who very unfortunately passed away. Like, anyone who doesn't know about this book needs to sort of check it out just from the artwork alone. I mean, it's sort of it drops our jaws that he just inked straight to page.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But like, just the detail. There's a very almost a classic comics look and feel to like the sort of the draftsmanship of it.
I got a bit of Dan Panosian from him.
Yeah,
Modern
totally.
Dan Panosian.
Yeah.
Some people have said he's a very loose Bernie Wrightson
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I can see that.
and Neil Adams.
Yeah, I can see some of
Okay.
that in there.
Yeah.
he was a big fan of Wrightson. I mean, he did some Wrightson lifts, and I mean the other amazing thing is I had these 2 books turn up in the post, thick, chunky sets of original art that the family sent through. And I didn't realise at first that the first 3 issues of Odysseus were all drawn A4.
Okay.
Which is just ridiculous, really.
Yeah.
Just insane. So, you have some pages that had 7 panels on them.
Yeah.
And you get like panel 3, three people walking in the distance towards a boat. And even that looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, issue 4, where he went up to A3 and it reduced, that's part of why I think it looked even better. But Jesus Christ,
I was going to say that because issues 1 and 2 for me, the art was great, but then for 3 and 4, it just fucking goes to another level.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's
Well,
especially
he
4.
said to me that with 4, he said 1, 2, and 3 I was deeply unhappy with, and I was merely learning. 4,
Wow, okay.
I felt okay with it. Okay,
It's great to work with perfectionists, isn't it? Yeah.
So, and he would draw he would life draw every day.
Oh,
And
really?
fucking hell, he was fast. I mean, there's one image that he did for Whalermen. I asked him for a splash page for Whalermen, and I asked him to base it on the Raft of the Medusa by Jericho, Actually, quite often I'd give artists sort of fine art paintings to model stuff on, which is a really complex, multi-figure picture with a load of people on a boat.
And also, that's really cruel, giving someone like an old like some classic painting.
No, he loved it.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly. I mean, you know, it says a lot about the artist when they see that and go, "Brilliant, let's get on this."
Yeah. So I said, "Would you do it?" And it was maybe, I don't know, 10 o'clock in the morning. The next day he'd produced it. I couldn't believe it. It was just extraordinary. So speed and quality, I mean, unbelievable. We were getting pages every day, weren't we, Neil? He's fast.
Yeah,
That's great.
Literally, it's like new page, new page, new page. I'm like, how the hell?
Yeah.
How
Did you get to meet him, guys?
Quick?
No, sadly not. Sadly not. It is weird. It really affected me and Neil quite badly, even though we never met him. But you know, as you guys know, when you're collaborating on something creatively, it's a close relationship. So I speak, you know, me, Neil, and Vu were speaking pretty much every day.
Well, so 3-4 times a day.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It was a real shock. It was a real shock, and he was a super nice guy. You know, really nice guy. He could be somewhat disagreeable about other people's art, and I won't mention what he said. But it was
Rob Liefeld again.
Well, I mean, he was hard on himself, but I showed him some other stuff by various, and he was like, "That's shit. I don't like that. Look at the poor anatomy, or that knee looks wrong there, or that fold in the dress wouldn't look right." So he wasn't shy at coming forward with, you know, and there was a couple of things he said, "I wouldn't. You can't put that in the same book as my art." So
a classic comic creator. For those who don't, I don't think we've said his full name. So his name's Vu Dan, VU, then DANH.
Yeah.
If you do a search and have a look at the Down the Tubes article on him, which talks about all of his work, including you guys, and you'll see how great he is. So go and do that.
Yeah, he's a great one. But yeah, Wrightson was a big influence. Not sure about Neil Adams, but he did like a lot of the old paintings as well. And like I say, he was doing life drawings every day. So the body of work's fantastic. And his family's been wonderful. I mean, very supportive. And Neil came up with this brilliant idea of doing the remembrance book for him. So I don't know if you want to talk about that, Neil. That was your shout.
Yeah, I did just before lockdown. I did a bit of charity work. I saw a little girl on Children in Need called Maisie, who was in hospital with cancer. I think she was 5 years old, and she said, we said, "Oh, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And she said, "I want to be a doctor or Spider-Man."
Right.
So Kim went, "Why don't you do a picture of Spider-Man?" Anyway, then I started talking to Neil McClements. Neil McClements went, "Well, I'll do one." And
He's done a pin up. He's done a pin up in the back of this, isn't he, as well? Yeah, Neil. Yeah.
So that was sort of like this planted the seeds with Vu's tribute book. And again, I just put the call out to the artists, and the artwork came flooding in, absolute flooding in. You know, some really, really big names as well. Outstanding artwork. All of the artwork's all of the original artwork, it has been auctioned. I think on Tuesday were our 31st piece.
Oh, nice.
Of artwork, and that is by Alex Ronald, who's done his tribute to Vu. He's done a Hades piece.
Nice. Are you doing a collection of all the artworks and then selling the artworks individually?
Laurence actually got the book.
Okay.
Because of being away, and I sent the book to print. I had it delivered to Laurence's, but he didn't end up.
I'd like to point out Neil's been on holiday. He hasn't been in prison.
No.
When he talks about being away. Yeah. That's a big Good.
So that was all designed and sent off. We're limiting the print run to 100, and I think 60 have been sold up to now.
Okay, nice.
But other than all the funds from the auction, other than postage and packaging, are going to the family. With the book, other than the print cost and postage and packaging, everything's going to the family.
Oh, nice work.
So we're heading towards the 5,000 mark.
Oh, good. That's a good amount, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
nice work. Ah,
And
Well, I'll drop the
then
link to the auction in the Substack, so
Yeah.
people can.
and then with Laurence receiving Vu's artwork, we're going to be trying to sell the original pages as well.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I'll be put at Shane Chebsey's Comic Assemble in, I think it's August.
Oh, we're at that. Yeah.
With both of the books, the A4 set of stuff and the A3. So if people want to come and swing by and they want to have a look at the artwork, there'll be a lot of original pieces available there. So
Oh, nice. Yeah, so some for me. I'm tabling into that.
Yeah,
as well.
man, you
Nice.
get pick up a great piece of art there, then potentially.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
So, but yeah, the book. We've had Laurence Campbell, we've had Stephen Austin, we've had Warwick, Fraser, Coombe. Who else have we had, Neil?
John McRae, Alex Ronald. I was going to say Ali Fell. Ali couldn't. Didn't have the time to do anything for us. God, my mind's gone blank.
That's always the way, man. It's always the way.
That many artists. It's like, oh, hang on, excuse me, and I'll just run through some of the names. Won't be a moment.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah, no
collected
worries.
in the book, and so as well as the auction, the book's available. There's maybe 40 or so copies left. And Neil's at M.A.S.K, aren't you, this weekend? Although
Yeah.
Oh, is that this weekend? Is it? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
I've done that a couple of times. It's a good laugh. Yeah.
It's a cracking little com.
Yeah.
And then of course,
So
Table of
we've
Thought
got.
as well.
Where we go? Chris Askham,
Oh, yeah. We like Chris.
Warwick.
It's good.
Simon Hall, Mike Perkins.
Oh, nice.
We've got Nigel Parkinson to do a nice little Dennis as Odysseus. We've got some original Neil Clements artwork as well, which were sold on Odysseus book for as a Kickstarter, but the person who bought them has very kindly donated them to the auction as well. Pat Goddard,
Nice.
Steve Yowell, Mike Collins, Steve Austin, Damon Edmondson, Simon Jacob did a lovely piece.
Damien's
well.
up your way, isn't he? He's a good lad. It was mate of ours, Damien.
Yeah, Damon, he's great. Ian Stopforth, Neil Blackbird Sims, David Kennedy, James
Nice.
Roche.
That
Russell
bloody
Fox.
Kennedy bloke.
Yeah. Martin Simpson,
Oh, nice.
Barry Renshaw, Paul McCaffrey.
Bloody hell.
So yeah, just
Nice
a
who's
few.
who of UK indie there, isn't it?
Yeah,
As well, with
yeah.
a few sort of pros stuck in. Yeah, that's good work, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can I just ask a question? Is Psy Comics, is that both of you, or what is Psy
Lawrence.
PSY? That's you, Laurence, is it?
That's Laurence.
Well, not really. I mean, Neil's the nerves. Neil's our Farg, I'm spitting the scripts out and trying to get artists on board, but Neil keeps it all on the straight and narrow. So yeah, tiny little publishing house that's pumping these out. But like I say, our main ambition is to do stuff which is delivered on time, is unusual insofar as we want to get away from kind of artists looking homogeneous. So I'm deliberately working with a lot of artists that are very different. So you've got your Simon Harrison, you've got your Vu Danh. I work with Pepper Tay, which is coloured stuff and it's almost childlike. So that big variety. I absolutely loved the 2008 era where everything was so different.
I think that's why it works, mate. I genuinely think that's why it works so well back then. You're like that's why DC comics, like everything looks the same at some of these companies.
Yeah.
But 2000 AD, you had Bellardinelli on Ace Trucking, and you had Steve Dillon on Dread,
and an issue with modern independent sort of like anthologies as well, because a lot of people are following the same. They're drawing from the same textbook, so therefore everyone's got a similar style.
Everything's Rick and Morty these days, or everything's it's that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Love
I agree.
I mean, Warwick's a really good case in point. What I really like about working with Warwick, because I've got a relative artistic sensibility myself, when I'm writing something, I can kind of visualize it. and Warwick is the only artist where he will draw something that looked nothing fucking like what I thought. I'll have said, right, this
That's
happens
awesome.
on page and blah 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 blah, and I'll have a bit of an idea about what it looks like, and then Warwick will produce something. And actually, I mean, Warwick will be annoyed that I say this. When I first look at it, I'm like, fuck, I don't really like that. It's not how I imagined it. But the fact that it's doing something to my brain and making me look at it more is like with the early McMahon stuff, like and particularly when McMahon changed, I was like, why the fuck has he changed? This is really annoying. But actually, I'm kind of interested in looking at it.
Yeah, it's art that challenges, isn't it? And that's more interesting to look at than just the same cookie cutter.
It's the beauty of collaboration as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and then the weird thing about Warwick stuff is it's so not like what I visualize that I end up liking it a lot more, and then it's erased whatever previous memory I had of it. So that's why it's such fun to work with Warwick. I mean, Simon and I think, are much more in line. I can reasonably predict now what some things are going to look like. So obviously his sensibilities are the same. I mean, fucking hell, he produces such phenomenal artwork. But I can.
We have had to censor him though, haven't we, Laurence?
Well, only once, Neil.
Well, yeah.
So, all right.
He hasn't crossed into action territory just yet.
That's what we like. Are you able to say what the censorship was, Neil?
It was a genital piece of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was.
I mean,
it was
to be fair,
cock and balls,
yeah,
or the
script. So
legs akimbo.
It's my fault. So, but yeah, mild censorship.
I always make a point of saying no cock and balls in this panel when I write things. Yes,
or double play splash in
Have you ever written that?
just cock and balls.
Yeah.
only cock and balls in this panel.
So people can get the book on Kickstarter. Is that correct? Is the campaign started yet? Or
No, it's going live on the 5th of July.
Nice.
We have
is there a notify page up at the moment?
Yeah. That's all. We've got
go
8
sign up.
people registered up to now, which is okay. Could be better.
Yeah. So that's for all of the issues. It's like 1 to 4 is what you're doing. Is that right?
It's issue 1 to 4. All of the covers. We've got scans of Vu's original covers as close to as possible as the original artwork.
Okay.
And then we've got all the variant covers with
A really nice Clint Langley variant. Really nice.
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 Brilliant. Cool.
The variant covers, which are like Warwick, Neil McClellan, Simon Harrison. That it's all collected. It's the collection.
Yeah.
It's the Odysseus.
It'd be a nice chunky volume with the full thing.
Yeah,
with the Odyssey.
156 pages.
I was going to say you fitted the Odyssey into 156 pages there. It's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
Well done. There.
Yeah.
And also, it's a beautiful comic. It's just an absolute, just
Great cover
front
choice
runner.
as well. You know, the covers ping on this for me. They really do. I think the covers are important.
Yeah,
and they do ping. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we were having discussions with Vu about doing a new piece of artwork for the main cover.
Right.
And then, unfortunately, it passed. So we've had to take one of the double page spreads, which is obviously black and white, and we got Matt Soph.
Oh, he's a great colorist.
He's very, very
amazing
kindly.
job on it.
He coloured a story for me once. Yeah, really nice guy. Yeah.
Who very kindly offered to. I know he's got a very, very tight schedule with doing the colouring for the prog. But he very kindly said, just leave it with me, and it's come back and it looked brilliant. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Do you remember that scanners commission he did for me, guys? That was good.
Oh God, yeah,
that was him. Love that. Yeah,
awesome.
So
he's a great artist, Matt. Absolutely fantastic artist.
Yeah.
And the book is a testament. It's a classic already. See what I did there. But also is a great testament to a fantastic artist as well. It's wonderful. So listeners, you know what to do. Go and sign up, because trust us, we've looked at it and it's fucking brilliant.
It's a fun. Don't ignore the fact it's like Greek mythology. Yeah. It reads like an image book to me, like a well-made image book at a pace. It's a good, fucking exciting adventure story. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And Yeah, and that's brilliant. That's perhaps I should go back and read the original text.
No, maybe not.
No, maybe not. But where can people find you, etc., if they want to find out more?
The best thing with Kickstarter, if they search Odysseus in Defiance of the Gods, the loading pages there. You can find Side Comics on Facebook by searching Side Comics.
There's PSY for those that don't know.
Yeah.
And with Vu's page, it's just Remembering Vu Dana.
Cool.
On Facebook.
Nice.
Again, Facebook.
I'll drop those links on the Substack post.
My Instagram
lovely.
is if you want my Instagram, it's Psycomic LA, PSY Comic LA. So that's Instagram, and there will, lots of updates will be on there. And then of course
Lovely.
Simon Harrison, who's doing loads of stuff for us at the moment, is Dogon, Dogon,
Nice.
or No God.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Oh. Well, go forth, follow them, and a pleasure to this, and it's brilliant. And thank you for joining us, chaps. It's been
Okay,
amazing.
cheers,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Kind words.
That's
Cheers.
lovely.
guys.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for your time.
And welcome back.
There you go.
So-
Good cut, lads.
Yeah, and like the Odyssey is the original sort of OG tale, isn't it? That's
Yeah, you can see so many people use that sort of journey sort of thing, don't they?
yeah.
It's
But
been interesting the discourse online about the Nolan film, right?
It's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Well,
It's
one
gone
that somebody
from, like-
said to me, it's because to be in the running for an Oscar, you have to have certain demographics in the movie,
Yeah, that's true.
in leading roles. And someone
That's
said that's
true.
why he's doing it. It's this big Oscar shout, but I don't know. Who knows? I don't fucking know, do I?
I don't know why. For me, like if someone said, right, you got to have so many pages that are kind of like this or like that for it to be nominated for an Eisner, I'd be like, no, I
Not
do the
bothered.
comic I fucking want.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, mind you,
You got to have so many splash page. You got to have so many double page spreads. You got to have so many panels on a page. You know, fuck off.
yeah.
That's why I'll never get an Eisner.
Yeah. Having seen the people who do a lot of the choosing of people who get Eisners, I don't think any of us ever will, my friend.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, the Odysseus books are great, and just Vu Dan's artwork is
Well, what a talent loss. Yeah, definitely.
one absolute
Massive.
talent loss. So if nothing else, just check out the book so you can discover it for yourself. It's always
Cool.
sad when you discover like an artist or creative too late, isn't it?
Yeah, I always used to get that with novelists. Being an old school sci-fi fan, I'd always think,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like that. Yeah. Now it's happening
It's-
to comics people.
Yeah.
It's not happened to someone I've kind of collaborated with and worked with like that close. I think they touch on it, but it would. I've worked with people I've not met all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I suppose
And
Dave
it's like
Evans
having to-
was the main one, wasn't he? We sort of lost him, and I'd done quite a
Yeah.
lot with him and stuff. He's a nice guy. Yeah,
it's a real kind of fuck, man. It's
yeah.
yeah,
There's a lot of creators getting up there in age as well.
Yeah.
So,
totally.
Yeah. So definitely check it out. And speaking of other things that you should check out, do we have any shout-outs this week, gents?
I don't have any this week.
Oh, Daniel
Well, I've
Butcher.
been away, and I so
I do.
There's a lot weighing on your broad,
Mighty shoulders,
manly shoulders.
like Sisyphus pushing up that rock.
keep pushing it, Dan.
Push it. Push it real good.
Real good. Comics Assemble. ComicsAssemble.net. We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
August 15, 2026, Gloucester Leisure Centre, a democratic celebration of comics by creators. There's tickets still available, I believe. You can book
Yeah, they are,
exhibitor tables. Yeah,
Yeah, he
So
put
do
shout
go
out
check
see if
that out.
anyone wants it today. Yeah.
Fantastic. We've got The Gods and Monsters of Headgrave, a 120-page alien conspiracy graphic novel by Jordan Thomas and Chris Matthews. You can sign up for that when it launches. It's going to be launching soon. We've got Zinezilla Arts Fair, which is on Saturday the 12th September, 11:30 a.m. 6 till 6:30 p.m. Trinity Centre, Bristol. If you go to @Zinezilla_Bristol on Instagram, you can follow along and go see a cup of tea, etc. We've got Shar, Book 2, Soul Wound by Pat Mills and Oliver LeDroit. Detective Duffy's search for the truth drives her deeper into the darkness of the heart of New Eden, where she incriminated herself. I really liked Book 1.
You love it, yeah. You're a super fan
Yeah,
of that one. Yeah,
I
I was saying
really
that to Pat
liked
the
it.
other day, funny enough. Yeah,
It's kind of the world kind of Pat's created there is kind of the classic like nightmare scape that his stories often find themselves in. And when kind of like you make people more heroic by putting them against like even worse things. When you've got like a character standing up for the kind of the good in a world that bad, it makes their deeds so much more elevated. I've really enjoyed it.
The most hated artwork in the world as well.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what I saw from Pat, or Pat's part of it, is the new Vampire Knight manga.
Wow.
I
Okay.
don't know whether you can call it manga because it's from France, but it's in a
Yeah.
manga format, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Wow.
Pat was saying there's a big touch of Kevin O'Neill in it as well. And I
Okay.
can see it. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, wait till you see it. I think it's going to storm that book.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've got feelings on that. I know it's kind of like terminology, but like we mentioned before, I don't think you can't make manga in the West. What you make.
Yeah,
as a
that's why I was a
manga
bit
is
careful about saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. Yeah. Of course, I've
it
got
can
one
be-
shout out.
Go on.
Happy birthday, Vince, for this week.
Yay!
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Another year around the sun.
Lot of
Everyone
love
was
on
saying on the
the
Slack.
lot of love on the
Yes,
Slack,
yeah,
man.
I do want to push out, like, even though I didn't jump on to, because it just
You've
kept
been away.
fucking going. So
Peter
when-
Watson says he's commissioned JR Jr. to do an image of Spidey squatting on the toilet for you.
oh, that's lovely. That's lovely.
I did see someone had done a version of him with that cover recently and done him doing a poo on the toilet. I'm not sure if that would annoy some people or not.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah.
I don't-
But thank you to everyone for the well wishes and just general niceness. And if you're not part of the Slack, a lot of it was on the Slack. There's a wonderful community of people on there. So here's a massive
It
advert.
genuinely is.
Get in touch with us. Join the Slack community where, it's not just saying happy birthday to me. There's channels about like comics.
That's a whole
general,
channel, though.
Yeah, I've got my own channel. No, I don't.
Like
Last
somebody
but
was, I
not
think it
least.
was Dave was talking about what laptop should I got, and everyone's chiming in. Oh, this should be good. Don't avoid that.
Yeah.
This is good. Yeah, there's a lot of it. There's advice and
Yeah.
Kickstarters and crowdfunding and conventions.
There's some
and
people
all
that
sorts of
actually
things.
do it
Yeah.
as well, not just
Yeah.
like random opinions solicited off the internet, which
Yeah.
are never wrong. I know.
Sort of
but-
Reddit style opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, you got one more.
Yes, The Saint Meets the Tiger. Simon
yeah.
Templar returns. The modern day Robin Hood returns in a 56-page comic based on the Leslie Charteris novel featuring a cover from the legend Mike Grell, and drawn by me, trying to keep the the end up, as it were. We've got like the book cover done by our friend Cliff, written by Simon Ben Liskab, with editorial by Simon.
Russell.
Oh, sorry, I just spotted something on the page. Simon Russell, and it's going to be great. I sent over another page today. I'm kind of working in a new style of working. I'll talk about it later on, but I'm really enjoying it. It's having a
It's doing
blast.
well on Kickstarter as well, I think. It's passed its numbers.
It's doing really
and
well,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Trying to do like the whole promotional train has been. I think it's incumbent on, if you're a small press artist and you're working on a book, you've kind of got to help promote it and do what you can to talk about it, right? Because
Absolutely.
we're a team. We're not.
Yeah.
That's the strength of it.
Yeah, I've done a few anthologies, naming no names, where I wish everyone on the anthology would have talked about it.
Yeah, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you're not. Yeah, we won't go in that too much, but I feel like it's incumbent for you as part of a crew to help out in that regard.
Spread the word. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And that is it from me regarding the shout-outs.
Nice. There's a couple that I've got here. And these are a couple of comic fairs. I was just talking about I might mention them because me and Tony were talking about it just beforehand. In Newport, Kelly's Comic Fair. Saturday 27th of June, free entry, open 10:30 till 4 p.m. That's at the Mercure.
I've been to that. It's a good one, man.
Yeah,
really is.
And you collect a free raffle ticket with every purchase. Prize draw at 2:45. So there's that one. There is also the Newport Comic Fair on the 4th of July. This is from Sin City Comics and Gaming. That was the one I spotted first because I thought, there's a new. Me and Tony were talking. And I was like, there's a new comic mart like in Newport, and I know Tony went to the last one. And they're happening in consecutive weeks. Now,
yeah, that is weird, isn't it?
That is weird. Now, obviously, to the guys out there, like Ian, please let me know if the Newport Comic Fair is more one of those trade, those ones with the Game of Thrones seat and all that sort of stuff. Doesn't feel like it, but I completely missed out on Kelly's Comic Fair because I was looking at the other one, and a lot of events and places are still using Facebook, like solely, aren't they? Right.
Yeah,
There's loads of people
I don't
using
have
Facebook.
Facebook.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and I don't use Facebook anymore.
No,
I just don't. I haven't in years.
Can I do my
No.
famous thing?
Go
On
on.
Twitter, people act mentally ill for laughs. On Facebook, they are actually mentally ill.
Or just really old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I stay on there.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I might miss out on a load of these events. Do you know what I mean? Because Tony, very kindly sent me like a screenshot of what he was going to, and it did have find us on Facebook, and I'm like, I fucking never would have found out about this. Well, I wouldn't have known about it if like you and Ian, obviously hadn't gone that time, and so I'm going to try and make it. I'm going to try and make it to the next one. But I'm just very interested to see if there's a separation in the two, or whether because if you go to SinCityComicsGaming.com, there's a list of like the events. They've got another one on Halloween as well. So
Okay.
much like the Comic Mart, when they have a scheduled amount.
Because
of
it's the Comic Mart this weekend too. So it's
Yeah.
obviously like a weirdly timed thing because it's the London Comic Mart on Sunday this weekend.
yeah.
Right.
So please do let us know if like any of these events are, because I've got this thing in my head like a Comic Mart. Do you know what I mean? Long boxes and I just
That's what it was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want that sort of dirty paper and just like
Exactly.
I thought about doing something like a £50 challenge, which sounds like, oh god blimey, you're splashing out, Vince. But seeing what I could get in like what gems and like things for £50. But specifically, me, looking for the weird things, the obscure things, like some of that odd like, it's issue 27 of some weird Malibu comic that looks quite cool.
Bringing back the single issue read. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
That's what we should be doing.
And that, I might do something like that. So if anyone's going to that, I'm going to try and swing it to get to the one next on the 26th this Saturday as we're speaking. So hit us up on the Slack, and we're going to hit you up in your sexy faces.
In your sacks.
Once again, Tony's back on the cock and balls. But we're here to recommend some comics your way, and lots of interesting stuff this week, especially a few of Tony's. I'm interested to see what
yes,
what the
a
marketing's
slight
gonna be
change to format at the end of this segment.
Yes.
But Tony, do you want to kick us off with your first?
Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about one that's got sent into the podcast by the writer Eric Warfield. It's See You in Hell, and it's the start of a series. He sent me issue 1. Issue 3 is about to launch. I made note of it. Yeah, it is coming soon to Kickstarter. I read issue 1, as I say, written by Eric Warfield, art by Stephen De Whale, colours Brad Simpson, and letters Andrew Lukin. I've just sent you the cover. Now, the cover is a homage to those sort of large magazine format stuff that came out during the war that used to say, boys abroad, and all this sort of thing. All the working at home, look at working at home and all this sort of thing. And but it's done in the way, a combination of that and some sort of horror magazine.
It looks like Time magazine.
Yes, exactly how it's done.
Or is it the old school Hello? It's not necessarily.
It's
Time,
a little bit like the old school Time, maybe, or that
That's
sort of
what
thing
I'm
with the
thinking
red
of,
background. Yeah, but it looks like something that comes out of. We talked about Bernie Wrightson earlier. Something that it looks like a Swamp Thing or a Man Thing or the Heap or something like that. A sort of bog creature of some kind in it.
Yeah.
Which is not, in turn, reflective of what is inside at the moment, anyway. Now, I'm going to give a slight quibble here. Eric's a lovely guy, and he's very communicative. But he sent me some PR for this, and the PR, as is classic for a lot of comic stuff we see, seems to describe the series as opposed to the issue he sent me. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
So I'm reading this PR thinking, hang on a minute, he does what? He goes where? Oh, right. I didn't know that. And then I read it after I'd read the comic. And I'm thinking, that's not the comic I've just read. But the good thing about this comic is it's not one of those classic, dry, boring, set a world up introduction things. It actually plays a little bit with you, and it does. It throws a lot at you, and it gets you in the world, and it's got some lovely artwork. So it's a story of partly of heroes at war and then heroes later in life, but it's actual when you talk about people at war, it's actually kind of spy smasher superhero type characters, almost like they'd fit in something like All-Star Squadron or the Invaders or something similar to that. And it plays a little bit about those characters there. Where are they now? What are, well, not now, but later on in the 50s. What are they doing later in their lives? Have they done well? Have they done not well? Have they been wrong uns? Have they been good? Who are they hanging out with? How have they followed up their heroic lives or unheroic lives in one case with doing something good or bad? Redemption actually figures in it, and how we recover from and try and do good by things we've done bad. Throw some stuff like that he bait and switches you. You think there's this adventure going on and it's actually a movie being filmed. That sort of classic bait and switch thing where you're thinking, oh, there's Adolf Hitler. Oh, they're stopping a convoy of cars. Oh, it's a movie. It's that sort of thing. There's a bit with a sexy, towards the end of it, there's a sexy she-demon turns up I think is probably a bit of a love interest. There's one point where she's bending down and her tail's just covering a brown eye. Or red eye, I suppose you call it, wouldn't you? And but it does hint at everything getting much worse. The Stevens art is more cartoony than realistic. Totally suits it. I'd put him somewhere in the. If he was on a shelf, it would be the same shelf as J-Bone, Ryan Otley, Daniel Hilliard, Greg Hinkle. Those sort of vibes. That sort of can carry drama, but also has a certain humorous side to it. Put it that way. The issues, as I say, you can go and sign up for issue 3, and on that, I expect you'll be able to get issues 1 and 2 on it as well.
Looking at the Kickstarter for this one, the cover we're talking about is the regular edition Life magazine.
Life, that's what I'm thinking of. Life,
Okay.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been on the tip of my tongue all day thinking about that. Yeah, Life magazine. Yeah. The tagline on issue 3 is America's beloved hero battles his way out of hell. So that does play into part of the PR that I read that he sent me through. So that does apply to that. But nice little thing. Occasionally, look, there's no secret. We get sent some stuff on emails and we're like, yeah, swerve that one. But this is one of the ones he sent it, and I read it almost immediately. I was on the train and I read it almost immediately. I thought, no, this is a cracker. I'm going to give this a go. Got back to him straight away, and he was very polite, not pushy, which we obviously like. So,
nice.
See You in Hell. Have a look on Kickstarter for it.
Nice. Dan, what's your first?
I've got 2. When I opened, I got the blind bag for M.A.S.K. It's the first blind bag I've bought, probably the last one I'll buy. I'm a massive gambler. And I was hoping to get it wrong, and I was going to fucking send it on to
Oh man, that
Tony.
would be the dream. Yeah,
That'd have been great. I don't know what I said. Unfortunately, I got M.A.S.K. issue 2.
So you got issue, and you had
got
already read
issue 2.
issue 1 as well, didn't you? So
I got it digitally. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's better then. Yeah, at least you'd read it
yeah.
before. Yeah.
So it's all right. I mean, like if you kind of like the first issue, I think you're gonna like obviously the art by Piper is fucking great. I really like his stuff. It's the sort of vehicular combat stuff is.
I don't mean this in a cruel way. I kind of find that there's a bit more roughness to it than the cleaner line stuff we've seen. What was that one about car racing?
Petrolhead.
It's in a slightly different style. I'm not sure if he's maybe colouring it slightly different. It's a more sort of in shade.
He's not doing.
He's not colouring.
He's not.
Oh
Colouring.
right, okay. Oh right, yeah.
Pierluigi Castellino.
Right. I just got a little bit, like tiny little bit of a different vibe. Not a bad one, just different vibe off his work.
Yeah. It's not quite biting for me, the writing. I kind of like the first 2 issues of Transformers. I was fucking in there. First 2 issues of G.I. Joe, I was with it. Yeah. This I'm kind of like, I don't know. I might give it to issue 3. It's not.
When is that issue out? Because it's not going to be out for like another.
Yeah, that's the problem. I did the same with Battle Beast. You remember, I got issue 2, and then I had to wait ages for issue 3.
I had to wait ages for issue 3. Yeah. Mine's got the.
That's
ultra
the foil
rare,
variant, though, isn't it? Isn't that a foil?
ultra rare advanced edition. It's a foil variant. So
right, cool.
That's
have you looked it up on eBay, dude?
Nah, that's my son taking care of university. So that's, if you just filibuster while I go to eBay, and I'll see how much.
Okay, yeah. We should do that one episode. We should rank where the different titles hit, because we've had a go at most of these, haven't we? Now between us,
Yes.
Void Rivals, Transformers, GI Joe,
Yeah.
the little offshoots of GI Joe.
It's interesting. I need to go back to Void Rivals.
Yeah, I haven't continued since issue 5. I need to go
Yeah.
keep reading.
And
It's about
I know,
issue 30 now.
and I know, I really enjoyed it. But like I keep saying like issue 30, and I'm like, oh fucking hell, I need to go back to that because I can't remember it. So at the
I did
moment,
that with Absolute Superman last weekend. I enjoyed doing it. I liked it sometimes. Yeah.
It seems to go for about 15-20 quid.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's not
probably
amazing.
probably the same price you paid when you got it.
He'd be able to get a bit of heroin at university with that, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Good luck to him.
Yeah. God bless him.
You got another one in a minute, haven't you, Dan? But I'm going to jump in.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in just quickly. Tony Esmond very kindly gifted me a book. Dan gifted me an awesome Transformers shirt, which I'm currently wearing at the moment.
Oh, that's cool. Does that glow in the dark?
Which I don't know. It looks like it does.
Looks like it should.
I'm currently sweating
It's
through it, so it's all good.
It's got like the Japanese text on it. I thought it looked quite interesting.
It looks basically.
Any t-shirts with Japanese text look the fucking bomb, don't they?
They do. It's got a really cool picture of Optimus Prime on it, who's the absolute.
It's like a movie poster could have the same image as the US American UK poster, but if it's got the Japanese language on it, looks fucking nice. Looks so much better, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like why would you want any Godzilla poster with the word Godzilla on it? You want that fucking Japanese text, don't you?
Yeah.
I rewatched Firefox and posted up the Japanese poster of it. It's fucking amazing.
I saw that in the pictures.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that a Viper? A bit of inspiration, Firefox there.
Yeah, it could be actually.
Not the browser.
No, in the second, definitely with a black suit, but like in this third issue that's coming up, it's all about like the other vehicle. So in
Firefox, does that still hold up? Because
it's a strange film because like it's 2/3 a spy film and then it turns into Top Gun.
Yeah, I remember it now.
Yeah.
I might give it a go, man. See, there's a Blu-ray of it or something. Yeah.
He kind of like he's got to get into Russia to get to the place, and then he flies from. It's fun. Is it great?
Yeah, it goes to steal it, doesn't he? He
fun?
steals the plane. Is that right? Yeah. And it's. I remember as a kid watching it, and it's in tune with his thoughts. So you have to be very
you have to think in Russian.
That's right. Yeah.
To fly it, but it's good. You see loads of British character actors in it.
Oh, well, I call that. Yeah.
That shit.
I bought Whoops Apocalypse on Blu-ray the other day because I like British actors in it, and Loretta Swit.
I've not seen that, but I've seen the bit where Rick Mail's the SAS team leader going into like the theatre, and it's fucking amazing.
I think it's a remake of a TV series, isn't it? Is that right?
I don't know.
I seem to remember that vaguely from being a kid. Yeah. Anyway, moving
He
on.
just keeps on calling them my lads, my lovely boys, my lads.
That's right.
And he's like, how are we going to get inside? We ain't got tickets. He goes, what do you mean you ain't got tickets? We're the fucking SAS. And then they just all open up on this ticket booth and like blast it to bits and then go in and get the tickets and hand them out to each other.
Amazing.
You look up on YouTube. Good stuff. Go on, Vince.
My pick, on the back it says, this is a collection, this one. It says, "This is the real stuff. Brilliant work from a brilliant artist. I've been wanting this collection for over 30 years. That is from Mark Chiarello, the former art and design director of DC Comics. Who are they talking about? Well, this is Creepy presents Richard Corben. Over 300 pages of timeless terror from a master storyteller. Now, I don't know whether Tony read my mind. I've been wanting to read Corben stuff for a long time. I've always been fascinated by his work and obviously missed out on an awful lot of it. And of course he's done so much stuff, hasn't he, with anthologies and I love the fact that this is both creepy and eerie. It's like a collection of
it's everything from the two magazines.
Yeah, from the two magazines, sort of like, scanned, cleaned, and then beautifully represented. It's not a hardback, it's a paperback, but a lovely, substantial. It's got that sort of glossy sort of feel to it. It's like almost feels like a thick magazine.
Oh, nice.
Or like about the width of a previews magazine or something like that. Do you know what I mean? But it's
nice.
When I first saw Corben, I think it was probably in heavy metal or something like that. Maybe I was too young to be looking at, and it's so weird, and there's so many knobs and weirdness and monstrous faces and all this sort of thing on show, and it's genius. But I always thought this guy's got to have been like born on the floor of a bondage club in Berlin or something. No, he's from a farm in Missouri.
I saw it in that Penthouse comics we discussed him before, and there's a bit where Den's gone, and it's like the sequel, and his brother goes to that world, and he goes to the portal, and the first thing he does is like hold his knob, like this is fucking massive. I was like, what kind of fucking comic is this?
Yeah,
That's fucking insane.
this is, and
They're putting out library editions. I can't. Is it Fanta? Someone is putting out library editions of his work as well, beyond what you've got there.
Yeah.
I think that'd be worth getting.
Yeah.
Bob Fingerman's got an original page. I went around Bob's house and he's got a page of his on the wall.
Nice.
Isn't that lovely? Yeah.
Jeff Darrow said Richard Corben is a combination of Michelangelo and Stephen Hawking.
What?
If he had been born in Japan, he would have been proclaimed a living treasure. That's what Jeff Darrow said.
He's not wrong.
Fair.
Yeah, probably when he was in between drawing the longest fucking wordless issue of the Shaolin Cowboy I've ever fucking read. Anyway,
Yeah.
but this, I love books like this, especially like when you want to delve into, whether it be a series or an artist. I love that things like this exist. Much like my Scream collection, it was like I could just jump in. It's like a coffee book, sort of. It's a coffee table book, isn't it? It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But and obviously I've seen a lot of Corben's work in other anthologies. Read books. There's been he's done entire series and stuff that I've sort of read. A lot of the time I've read stuff and not been aware of it. Do you know what I mean? Like I know, like certainly from this, he's delved into the world of Edgar Allan Poe so many times.
Right.
So many times, and like if ever there's an artist who's like just the word grotesque is a perfect way to describe a lot of his sort of draftsmanship. It's perfection. It's amazing work, but like everyone is some sort of grotesque or gargoyle of a human being, that rather than an Adonis or like there's not a single sort of line put in the wrong place. It's interesting seeing the difference, sort of like this is straight up black and white eerie comics, and then some of the some of them that were quite inky to begin with, and then more coloured stuff later.
Okay.
But he just doesn't shortchange on anything. Even like backgrounds and stuff like that. And there's certain
look at the lushness of that colour.
Lovely stuff, man.
Yeah, and this collection has covers and it's just I could stare at it like so many times, like the way that those sort of stories all start so wonderful. I love the way that like a creepy or eerie or those sort of books start, don't they? They open on that sort of splash page with the text and everything. Also the man draws a boob, doesn't he?
Excellent.
He's
yeah, he does.
The monsters are hideous. There are melting people. There are, because it's creepy and eerie as well. There's always those stories that are stinging the tail. There's dinosaurs. There's werewolves. There's literary adaptations. One of the Raven, Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, which I haven't read yet, but I was, you can just pick and choose as well. Pick your poison and just get stuck into it. So I'm looking for, I've skimmed at the beginning. I started reading from the beginning, but I don't know if books like this are meant for that. Do you know what I mean? Like to go story by story. Sometimes I just go, I'm going to pick that one, and then I go back 30 pages and pick another one. Do you ever do that?
Yeah.
With these with these sort of omnibuses, I don't think they're meant to be read chronologically. Sometimes, So I can't recommend it enough. Thank you, Tony. This would be amazing. Creepy presents Richard Corben, the definitive collection of the artist's work from creepy and eerie. And there must be other books like this.
There's an Alex Toth one. There's loads. Yeah.
What, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to check. And of course, it's a Dark Horse Books print, and they've always been good at putting together collections like this.
Yeah.
So definitely, and another artist to add to it. I mean, we're preaching to the converted with a lot of our listeners who already know what we're talking about. But,
I'm sure. Yeah.
But definitely like an artist who's an inspiration for an entire legion of artists, such as Eric Powell and the likes. There's no way Eric Powell wasn't, influenced by him. But anyway, Dan, what was your second one?
My second one is yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Oh, okay.
Too. America's fabulous freelance cyber insurance investigator. And this appeals straight off the rip because the main sort of Johnny Dollar goes in to investigate a cybercrime on self-driving sort of electric cars that a hacker seems to be able to make detonate and explode. And the CEO is kind of like a mix between Elon Musk and Steven Seagal. Can you see here? I'll hold it up to the camera. I'll put one.
That's just this. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you? He basically like the story unfolds with Johnny Dollar going undercover, well, investigating the case and flushing out the target of who's sort of focusing on these cars to kind of threaten and get money out of the company by blackmail. I find the whole area of kind of cybercrime absolutely fascinating, and it was one of those things that was always kind of hinted as going to happen in like 80s and 90s science fiction. And kind of I find the reality of all this stuff is like when you actually get to it, it's like way less interesting. Like cyberpunk, there's so many kind of like elements of cyberpunk literature we actually live in now, which is like it's from the story, but it's just fucking so bland and crap. It's like you're living in the worst. There's one in the book, Snow Crash. There's people called gargoyles who go around filming everything, and people fucking hate them because it all goes online, and people don't want to be like that. It's like that's virtually everyone all the time now.
It's now, isn't it? Yeah,
taking pictures and filming everything. But obviously, Alan Lister's got a background in cybercrime. So it's kind of getting a peek behind the veil in regards to this one. So yeah, created by Alan Lister, author is Lewis Southard, art by Mike Oliver, cover artist is Sean Decker, editor Alan Lister, and lettering design Cider Timifonte. That's from Green Archer Books. I had a real blast reading this. It's a really fun comic. So
Nice.
do go check it out. I think there's a whole load of Johnny Dollar adventures, and I think they one issue per adventure. I think that's right. I've read some of the book. And every issue is a self-contained kind of a 1950s, 40s noir kind of detective in kind of modern day, going around investigating cybercrime.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, go
Nice.
check it out.
Cool.
Tony. Okay. Now for something a little bit different.
Completely different.
Yeah, I read I got home to a lot of comics deliveries, unusually for me, and so I thought I'd do Riptide's Mainstream Corner.
Didn't go in the bin, did they?
No, yeah. Well, I went to four. I read four just before we started recording, and I thought some good, some bad. So I'm just going to give them points out of 5 with like a one-line review. Concrete. This is the new series of Concrete. Stars and Sand, issue 1, 5 out of 5.
Nice.
Just
Right. I want to put
Beautiful.
right. I have bought the digital of this.
right.
I forgot I bought it because it came out this week. And also, I haven't read any Concrete before, and I've wanted.
You'll catch up.
I know,
There's-
and I wanted to, and I
it's
thought,
fine.
because it's the first series in a long time, in a while, isn't it?
Yeah,
Um,
many years.
I was really
Is it-
interested in this. So
Sort of get like I don't know much about Concrete. Is it sort of like a Things vibe, a man trapped inside like?
It is, but
monstrous
it's much
body.
more sort of pensive. It's got an environmental feel to it. It's got an existential feel to it. There's a couple of little twists you'll discover that have happened when you start reading this issue. But Chadwick's the art is just lovely. There's a point where he just goes up on these sand dunes and it begins to storm and there's electricity and it's just beautiful.
it's another one of those from back in the day. In terms of independent comics, it was always in Wizard. It was one of the ones.
Yeah, strangely it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
nice
it
little
al-
essay in
it
the
always-
back from him about it.
Yeah, the art always looked lovely, but I knew just from the art that this was going to be a calm book, like you say, pensive.
Yeah.
I think that's a wonderful. It was like, okay, so
Yeah.
I want to be in the right mood when I read it.
A little
So
bit of ennui. It's that sort of thing.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good. The new issue is good.
Absolutely loved it. You can come home sometimes, I believe, is the phrase, isn't it? You know. Second one, Absolute Green Arrow, number 2. 2 out of 5. If you want to write a fucking Black Canary comic, go and write a Black Canary comic.
Yeah.
Dog Tag 2, which I know you loved and I enjoyed as well. Vince, 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I've
Nice.
started reading that, and I more or less.
Definitive. It basically book 1 got you his character. book 2 drops him in the shit and has him lead a group of people, and you're like, nah, this is good.
Within the first page, I think I was part of a casserole squad because it was made up of soldiers from lots of different places.
That's the phrase he uses. Yeah,
and I thought immediately, I was like, you know, when you read something, you think that fucking existed. That was a term that's so specifically, that's real.
There's something that's tackled in it about what happens in war compared to what the rules say. That is something I've heard from someone who was in World War II.
Wow.
And you I don't want to spoil it, but when you read it, you'll think, okay, the practicalities of war compared to what everyone thinks happens in war.
So it's more the same then, just still great.
Very realistic. Yeah, he's in country now. He's in France. Yeah. And last one, Battle Beast 10, 4 out of 10, 4 out of 5. Fucking just takes off again.
Really?
Fucking hell.
I've kind of missed the other half of the run, so I've got to get on it.
Yeah, I haven't. I think the last one I read was 6. So
Viltrumite. He's fighting a Viltrumite, isn't it?
Yeah, nice. I've seen the cover. Yeah, because the moustache is there.
Not going as well as you would think.
Is he fighting Conquest?
Yeah,
I think he is fighting. Yeah, Conquest.
Nice.
Who is the one of the fucking daddies, isn't he? When it comes to
but if the thing is the issue ends with something happening, and you think, oh, and then you turn the page and there's a preview of the following issue, and you realise what it implies on the last page ain't happened because they're fucking continuing fighting in the next issue. So just beware of that bit. But,
why? Yeah, previews. They got to be. There has to be some sort of editorial mandate when it comes to stuff like that.
They must know what they're doing.
Yeah. I think it also it feeds into maybe the attention span of a lot of readers, isn't it? We've got to keep them on the hook, keep them knowing that the fight's still going.
Always be selling, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
But it was a nice little afternoon of reading.
Nice.
Yeah,
Lovely.
it's all right.
Yeah, nice.
Good. There you go, guys.
We had some misgivings about Absolute Green Arrow, and it seems to have sort of come to.
It was when we talked about their first issue, and I was saying I really enjoyed it, and it was nice seeing that angle. But what you're saying, Tony, is sort of my fears realised.
It's almost all about
because it's one of those. This is a cool way into it, but we have to get off that train, fairly, if the main character is there and she's there, do you know what I mean? There has to be.
Which you see this technique of her if it was just her investigating Green Arrow, you think, okay, that's a way in, but it's not off. It's about her doing other stuff.
Oh, really?
I think that's a misstep from the creative team there. Personally, I've not read it, so I can only comment.
I know there's very little buzz about issue 2.
Really?
A lot of buzz about issue 1, but
yeah. I mean, it's a strong start, but knowing that, it's sort of like, oh dear.
Yeah, I kind of sort of read the tea leaves a bit in issue 1, so I think that held me back.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to order issue 2, but I ain't ordering issue 3 now.
Yeah, it's a shame. Albuquerque's such a fucking great.
Yeah, slightly different in this. I kind of feel he's a little bit more brushy in this.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if he's maybe using some digital effects.
Almost,
or something.
Yeah, possibly in the way that Sean Gordon Murphy, that moved into that sort of looser way, isn't it? I think there's a lot of artists who seem to do that, don't they? They have a sharper style, and then they just get looser and looser as it goes on.
Yeah,
don't we all? Anyway, we hope you enjoyed all of this week's comics chat and comics recommendations.
Vince is not talking about anuses.
Never. That's a different podcast. But we hope you enjoyed this chat. Keep the conversation going in many different avenues. And please, if you're working on a book, or if you've got any comics events or anything you want us to shout out on the show, please do let us know. There's several different ways you can do it. You can email us awesomecomicspod@gmail.com. Follow us on social media at awesomecomicspod on Insta, at the awesomepod on X. And if you're listening now, there's many ways. If you got this far, fucking thank you very much. It's brilliant, that is. Thank you for
well done, guys.
Listening to the show. But where did you do it? Perhaps it was at the website awesomecomics.podbean.com. Perhaps it was on the Podbean app. Perhaps it was with Apple Podcasts, where you can leave a review, help the algorithm. Please just share this show wherever you can, and then more people will discover it. Like on Spotify, Amazon, Stitcher, Podnose, Podknife. What are the networks we on, Tony?
We're on the Pod Network. Jizz Golem.
It keeps you coming back for more.
Come in.
Did you just say the word just that on its own, Dan? Come in.
Channeling that geezer out of Hot Fuzz.
I like the bit in the Office movie when he's doing this. He went Cumin. She went what? Cumin.
God. You also might have listened to us on Slack, not Slack, on Substack. We get a few listens there. If you discovered us on Substack, thank you very much for signing up. Search for the Awesome Comics Podcast on Substack, where we post up the episodes and artwork that pertains to what we've talked about. We throw in links and all that good stuff. And join the Slack, because there's a great community of people. Already done that. And you slackers out there, we know we love you. Also, if you want to help support the show, acpgear.redbubble.com is where you can buy the merch. Get yourself a t-shirt.
That'll be very kind of you people. And it's not just t-shirts. You can get mugs.
Yeah.
Or coasters.
Yeah.
Or a clock.
Yeah. You can get a shower curtain.
Yeah.
I've got a mouse mat.
You can get a jigsaw.
Can you get a hand fan for these warmer climates?
Oh, there's it.
Oh, Dan. Yeah. Why'd you ask? Why have you asked for the one thing that they don't do, Dan?
You can get a single sock.
I'll have a look.
Sock, yeah.
A single sock. Yeah.
Can be useful.
Yeah. You never know. Although, in this hot weather, come on.
Mate, it never stops the urge.
so, Mum walked in with a sock on. He's like, "You're supposed to put a foot in that." And I was like, "I'm trying, Mum."
Don't shame me. It's almost there.
So, is this the answer to the age-old question? Like, where does the other sock go? It's just that someone's just been using it.
Jizz heaven.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to use that as their anthology title, they're free available too.
Jizz heaven.
Go for it.
Oh God. Anyway,
it's past 9 and it's warm. We're doing.
It is indeed. It is indeed
unbearable.
Yep. So wherever you are in the world, we hope you're happy, healthy, and doing well. But where can you find us online, etc.? Tony.
Neverownanything.com, or you can find me over on Substack, Tony Ez.
Nice, damn.
You can find me on Vanguard at Vanguard Comic and read Vanguard at VanguardComic.com. I'm feeling fried. The heat is fucking this. I can barely fucking think.
Yeah. So take that top off, Dan. You can find me on social media at Just the Diablo. We hope you're doing all right out there.
Move your hand up and down.
Keep reading those comics. Keep making those comics. Keep fucking hell. Have a brilliant week, and from all of us here at ACP Towers, stay cool, stay hydrated, and what's the third thing that they should do, guys?
Stay awesome.
Stay awesome.
Bye, everyone.
Fuck
See ya.
Yeah.